It's showtime. Who's ready? Are you ready? Huh? Are you? You always ready, are you? Josh, why don't you take up this manly sport of, what would you call it? I'm gonna tell everybody you're in Taekwondo.
Are you saying I should get into it?
I think you'd be really good, Josh. I need a haircut. Good Lord.
I would be good at selling fights.
Yeah, entertainment's part of the game.
I think you would probably even be good at being a Taekwondo gentleman like this man. So let me get this straight. Before we get into the morning grind, y'all don't have on headgear and you just punch and a guy comes up and says, "Point!" No. Yeah. Brittany Renee, I called you back. No answer. Remy, hello. Andre Kilgore is on here. Everybody, did you know the man? He's having a baby. And I guess they've made the word official. He's told the world he's having a baby boy. What do you think the name should be?
Josh.
What do you think, Van?
Edward.
Me too. Needs to be Edward. What do you think it should be, Van?
What they named him is going to be Case Andrew.
Case Andrew. I'm sure I can figure out that backstory there. All right, good morning. 60 seconds of gratitude. What are you thankful for this morning, Benny?
I made a new friend at the apartment complex. We had him over for dinner last night. I'm thankful for his company.
What happened? Is he a good-looking dude?
Chopped it up.
What are you going to do if you come home and he's sitting in there on your couch and him and Zena are watching a movie? Would it be uncomfortable? What if it started happening a lot? I don't know why I like to terrorize people so much. Maybe it's because
I'm not friends with him anymore.
now you ought to call him and say, "Hey, dude, I don't appreciate what you did." Move into the future with the mind. Good morning, Amanda. Thank y'all for getting on here. If you do me a favor, like, comment, share the stream. Today's show, when we get into it, I think you're going to understand. I'm hoping if you watch this, there's a part of you that wants to improve. And today, I'm going to talk about something that is between you and where you want to go. It's called a barrier. Can you Google the definition barrier, Josh, so everybody can get a barrier? Do you know what a barrier is? I bet Van does, our vocabulary expert. What is a barrier?
It's something that stands in the way between you and your goal or what your place you're trying to get to. That kind of
Okay, so I believe you ain't even got to do it anymore,
A
Van.
fence or other obstacle that prevents movement or access.
Good job, man.
Good job, Josh, and good job, Van. I don't know which one of you. See, are you smart as Van? Sounded like him.
Smarter.
So, do you have a goal? Everybody in here, do you have a goal? Do you have a different place that you're trying to get in your mind, with your money, in your relationships, in your health, in your taekwondo, like Travis? Do you have a different place you're trying to get to?
Yes.
You look like you're not sure.
I just wasn't thinking.
What are you thinking about right now? That could be a barrier for you.
Stop.
Your barrier could be you can't pay attention. What are you trying to do?
I think I'm trying to grow just within the company here.
See, you've got to like if I told you this, you're hungry and the barrier is there's no food. You would find a way to do this. But whenever you're just making whenever you're telling your brains vague things like, I'm just trying to get better. Your brain needs something. It needs like whenever you go I went to Starbucks this morning. Lorena says I want another house. I went to Starbucks this morning. Guess what I did not say? Give me a coffee. I want a coffee. Because that's what I've got here is I got a coffee. What did I have to tell them, Josh?
What type of coffee? You want something more specific?
I don't want it. Your brain wants it.
I have something more specific. I was just,
Well, tell us. Do you not want to tell us?
no, I didn't at the moment.
All right. Do you still not want to tell us?
I do.
Well, let's hear it.
So, I just want to grow basically like a department in multicultural agent. So I just when people think like, hey, or somebody from out of this country that's in the Middle Tennessee area thinks like, hey, I want to buy a house, that they go to my team and not,
I like that. I like that.
and aren't just
That is good, Josh.
I want to have a company, a nationwide company, a franchise company.
A franchise company.
With I don't know like all the ins and outs, but I want to have
Yeah.
100 employees.
I what? 100 employees. I gotcha. What about you? Is yours may not be in roll. Yours may be in Taekwondo. I don't know. Where is it? But see, what you're pursuing is something specific. How can you get it specific?
I think I'm focused more on my first year right now. I'm diving in everything I need to know my first year. I want to be a part of as many deals as possible. I want to learn the ropes. I want to just learn the ins and outs of
Yeah.
everything real estate.
So once you've done things, like I've done everything you guys, every place I haven't been a Spanish speaking realtor or whatever else you can, but for everyone else, I've been there and I've had to overcome barriers. So no matter where you are, there's always going to be another barrier. To get somewhere else, there's something that's holding you back. Early on, I think the barrier is you don't know enough about what you're doing. You don't have enough experience. That's a barrier early on. Well, while you're completing your first barrier, experience, product knowledge, let's throw in some other things. Let's learn how to have a good attitude. Let's learn how to sell. Let's learn how to overcome objections. Let's know how to build a more confident version of ourselves. And then as you go into year 2, you're starting to know more about products, but you've brought along with you these sales skills. So I've gone through these progressions, and we've got a team that's roughly going to sell. How many homes do you think we'll sell this year, Juice?
300.
Pardon me. There's some disagreement from internal inside me. I hope we get to 275 sales this year. That would be magnificent. That would put us a little over $100 million. If you would have told me 10 years ago, one day I would have a team that sells 275 homes, over 100 million in sales, I don't even know if I would have believed that was possible. That's how, how many people do you think Larima and my wife both say 300? Hey, I hope you're right. That would be magnificent. At one time, I didn't think I could overcome the 100. It was so big. It was so powerful. But I've gotten more specific and I've overcome more barriers. Today, there is a big barrier holding us back from 300 to 1,000. Do you know what the barrier is? It's what I'm trying to tackle right now.
People.
That is a problem, but I feel like I've got a bigger problem right now before people. Nope.
Systems.
You're getting warmer.
Organization.
Nope. Van, can you tell, Van, just based off my communications, what I talk about, where my focus is? Larima says interest rates. Can you tell where my barrier is? Marketing. I was going through this. We've got a barrier here because for us to get roughly 100 leads a month, good leads, I've got to spend about $25,000 to $30,000 a month to get that. I do believe if I was a better marketer, we could probably get a lot more leads in here. So there's a barrier. How can I become a better marketer? Like you could ask me very, 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 very basic questions about marketing, and I don't know if I could explain it because I'm unclear and I haven't been as focused in that area. I've had other barriers that I was tending to in the moment. I was trying to build skill, brand, build people. If we get really, really, really good at marketing, the people will come. If we get really, really good at marketing, the clients will come. If we get clients, the people want to come work here. Marketing is a barrier that I'm facing right now. How clear are you with your inner self right now to know what your barrier is? And here's the next question. If you know what your problem is, are you willing to match what's needed to hit that dream? How far will you go to get that? How far will you go? How far will you push this? How much time, effort, energy, money will you put into this idea? Because I know what the problem is. Could I fix the problem alone? Probably not. but I can bring in people. I've got my wife, I've got Melissa, I've got Van, I've got Larima, I've got Weatherman. We're talking about these things, but nothing is really making sense for the marketing message yet. I'm still getting hung up. I'm still not overcoming this barrier. Am I making sense what I'm talking about? Everybody has their own barrier. I'm just telling you guys what my barrier is right now, or what I believe that our barrier is. What do you think your barrier is right now?
Same thing.
What?
Well, I would say there's two: marketing and people. Well, branding. I would say branding. People.
Well, I don't think you're at the level though where marketing's your problem.
That's what I was saying. Branding, not marketing. Branding. I need to get more known.
You do need to get more known, but there's like you can't skip these things. That's why it's so hard. Like so I was thinking about this last night. Success is almost like putting together a big piece of a puzzle. And you got to put the pieces together at the right time or it won't make sense. If you're skipping steps, Josh, to say I belong right here, this is my problem, fundamentally your little company is going to be flawed. What could you be doing better right now for because I don't think you've got a marketing problem. How many leads do you have in that pipeline over there? She probably knows. How many?
1,500.
Your problem right now is a conversion problem. Why is your conversion your barrier? Skills. What else?
Security.
Age, product knowledge. You got a lot of things right now. Now you probably can skip forward some of those steps, but if I were you, how much do you know about listing a home now? I want to just be honest, between 0 and 10.
6.
Do you think it's that high?
Maybe.
Josh. 6? Are we stuck on 6? I would say it's probably lower than that. How many listing presentations have you gone on?
2.
Well, I would.
Actually, no, I've been a part of it.
Okay, well, see, I'm going to bring John over here, and he's going to go through his listing presentation and how he does it whenever you're hearing John do his listing presentation, there might be a lot of things that just aren't making sense because he's at a different level. But if I'm you guys, what is your barrier right now? Information, skills. Okay, so what can you do to overcome? What can you do to meet the demand of the barrier?
Stay consistent.
What would you tell him he could do?
Get as many deals as possible.
See, there's a big. See, you know how to help him overcome that barrier. I just asked you, what can she do?
Same thing. And help out as much as possible.
How would it do her good right now if she had a great marketing message and she was getting flooded with deals or opportunities? What would happen?
She would know how to handle it.
That's exactly right. That's why I'm saying success is so much about putting these little pieces of the puzzle together. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Because the way I did my little company, I probably did it wrong. There was pieces of the puzzle that I was like, if you can just imagine the frame of a puzzle that you put them edge pieces. Well, I was putting pieces of the puzzle together within the frame, just sitting there like a little island sitting out there. Okay, I wasn't connecting to the other pieces so I could see the puzzle grow. I was still in mystery. Do you understand what I'm saying? Remy, don't reinvent the wheel. Get around those who are successful in areas you're trying to get better. I would say that's a great piece of advice right there from our star, Remy. Just do what he did. If y'all do what Josh did, it will help you speed it up. See, people have come in now, and they're probably getting to where you were a lot faster because we were in mystery at first. Let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. Let's try this. And we were discovering new frontiers. But what we eventually did is we built this path for other people that are brand new to come in and follow along this road, and it gets them there a lot faster. Would you agree with that? Mm-hmm. So the point I'm trying to make, everybody has a barrier if you're wanting to continue to grow. Or you could just say, well, I'm good where I'm at. I'm not really trying to go any further. I've got this barrier I'm trying to overcome. And I think the higher you get up as far as success, I think it becomes harder. It's a little harder to get to this level. The easier things you overcome fast, but this, like, if we put a marketing message out there, and what if it's no good? How long would it take us to know if it's no good?
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you'd know eventually. How long would it take, Van? This is the hard thing about marketing. How long does it take to know if it's working or not, Van?
I mean, it's true that it's kind of hard all the way around to tell if you're making an impact, but I think within a couple of weeks you know.
You think that quick?
Yeah, maybe.
See, I think it could be 6 months before you know. I know this. Whenever I increase Zillow spend, I anticipate that paying off in a year. I know it's not going to make a difference right now. And I think marketing's the same way. Remy says 90 days. She's probably right. Van Grafton, shut us down. We're going to get started right in here with the Three Amigos. Have a great day.